At this time, I yield 3 minutes to the sponsor of the resolution, the gentleman from Alabama's 6th District.
Gentleman's recognized for 3 minutes.
It's amazing to me to listen to my Democratic colleagues talk about the cost of living going up. I mean, the first week of the Biden administration, they shut down Keystone XL pipeline. They implemented energy policies that immediately caused energy costs to go up, causing massive suffering, massive inflation. The inflation hit 9%. And it's amazing to me that they come in here and make these statements, and the American people figured it out. That's why they're in the minority, because the American people were tired of being told what to do, what they could buy, what they could wear, what they could use. And here we are, and you're hearing the same cold rhetoric that leads to cold homes and cold water. That's why I introduced this resolution, because we're determined to restore a quality of life in this country that we enjoyed before the Democratic Party took over the White House and the House and Senate. We believe that we can help the American people be able to afford their groceries, afford an automobile, afford education, and that's why we're doing what we're doing. And I rise today in support of House Joint Resolution 20. The Congressional Review Act is in response to the Biden-Harris administration's last-minute, overreaching attempt to ban natural gas water heaters. If this rule is not stopped, a substantial number of Americans would be forced to purchase more expensive and less efficient models of water heaters. In fact, 40% of consumers directly impacted by this rule would face a cost increase, and I mean a significant cost increase, and particularly hard on senior citizens and low-income families. Additionally, this rule's mandate of fuel switching would set a dangerous precedent for natural gas appliances. We know they've already tried to ban natural gas stovetops. This will allow future Democratic administrations to restart their party's regulatory attack on our home appliances. I know when the government steps in to pick winners and losers, there are manufacturers of competing products that would profit. It's amazing to me that they talk about a United States-based company. This company is based in Georgia, and you claim that it's foreign manufacturing. What do you say about Toyota and Honda and Mercedes, Kia, and the other foreign-owned companies that are based in this country, creating American jobs, providing incomes for American families? We should let consumers decide what products succeed in the marketplace, not a bureaucrat implementing a regulation pushed out in the final hours of the Biden-Harris presidency. Earlier this week, the Trump administration issued a statement of administration policy agreeing that this egregious rule implemented by the previous administration must be repealed. The Secretary of Energy, Chris Wright, even mentioned how absurd this rule is while making a speech last week. In conclusion, House Joint Resolution 20 is essential to prioritizing consumer choice, protecting natural gas appliances, keeping prices affordable, and undoing the damage inflicted on the American people by the Biden-Harris administration for the past 4 years. I urge my colleagues to vote yes. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield back.
Gentleman from Ohio reserves.